If you're looking to grow this year in your art, whether it's painting or drawing, I have 5 ideas to give you that I've been implementing the last 3 years. Do you want a snack? Okay. Okay, if you want to know 5 ways you can get better at art this year that I have been practicing the last 3 or so years, I'd be willing to bet that you'd see a difference by the end of this year. So the first one I want to talk about is thumbnails. And they do 2 major things for me. Where am I going to place all my values, and do they look good in this way? And then they're excellent for color studying. Where to lay your cool colors, where to lay your warm colors, and how to plan those colors, but on a smaller scale. And that's what thumbnails are. They are your painting or your drawing on a very small scale before you go to a bigger scale. So if I want to do a painting that's like 11 by 14, it's helpful for me to bring it down really small to see what works first. So I might draw a little 3 by 5 box, draw in what I'm going to be painting, lay in all my values, and see what do I need to do here in a small way before I put it out to a big canvas. Where do I need to maybe make values stronger than the photograph? Or where do I need to maybe make things stronger than what I see in real life? The second one I want to talk about is gesture drawing. I like to think of this like journaling. I do this in the mornings where I try to read, do a little writing, and I try to gesture journal. So I'll pick about 15 images, and with each image I'll give 30 seconds to a minute, and I just try to capture the gesture of this person. This person might be sitting or running or standing in a way where this image has some character to it and some movement, and not having your person be stiff. Stiff in the shoulders, standing in an unnatural way. You're working on how to make your figure look loose and natural in the way that they might look in the real world. It's very fun to do this with drawing kids. Kids play with toys, kids in the park, kids playing together on playground equipment. This kind of stuff is really fun to capture just the movement of kids. And so I try to do this with my kids as much as I can. Now I want to let you know that I'm opening commissions back up again on my website. If you want a portrait of someone you love, a pet, child, a family member, let me know. I'll put it in the description box below, but it's lisablancoart.com. So please send me the people you love and I can paint them for you. A third way I want to talk about is painting or drawing from life, what we see in the natural world versus a photograph, which is going to be very different. Light's different, color's different, and it is really good for us to train our eye to what we see in the real world. I've done this where at night I'll just pick up a knickknack around the house and I'll cast some light on it, and I just want to practice drawing what I see from life. This duck, I painted it from life. It's a little statue that we have in our house. I can actually go grab it right now. This is the sweet little ducky. So I set it up, casted a light over it with my lamp, and probably spent a couple hours working on this. And it's one of my favorite little paintings I've ever done. This painting is about half of it's from life. I had all my kids sit for me one day, and then I thought, okay, you've sat for a while. I'm going to give you a couple bucks for sitting for me. I'm going to take your photograph and I'm going to finish from a photograph. But half of this was from life because I really wanted to practice getting their features and the color, and I wanted to paint what I saw. I almost have all my kids painted. I'm going to have all their portraits for the house. Number 4 is get some feedback from somebody who's been doing art longer than you. If you know someone in real life who is an artist and can give you feedback, critique your work, give you some pointers on where you can get stronger, that's the best way. But there are also so many artists right now who offer just this very thing. They give feedback, they look at your painting, look at the work that you've done, and tell you what you can do better and what your strengths are now. I would go online, look up an artist that you find valuable and ask them, hey, do you offer services where you give critiques or where you offer feedback? Because we really can't grow unless somebody is telling us what needs to be stronger. We like to hear the good feedback, what we're doing well, and the strengths that we have, but find somebody who can do both of that for you. A 5th way that I've been doing very often is learning from master copies. This is kind of like taking somebody who's already a really good artist, but they are long dead. They are gone. But they've left their work behind for us to learn from. And we live in a time where we can just print off their painting and paint or pull it up on our phone or our tablets. Now, I did tell you to practice painting in real life, and you need to do that. But this is another really good way to learn. Some people will go straight to a museum and find a master's painting, and they will set up an easel in a museum and they will paint. And that is wonderful if you have access to one of those museums. Right now, I don't. And so here's what I typically do. For example, if I want to print off a painting right next to my canvas, and so I can see side by side what he has done and how I want to implement what he has done. Now, what's the value of master studies? Master studies, at least for me, help me with portraiture and figures. And when I look at a portrait and a face that a master has done that has gone before us, he's thought through proportions, he's thought through color, and he's thought through all the folds work on clothes. And honestly, learning about their life helps me feel encouraged to keep going. A lot of times, if you learn about these artists, a lot of hard things have happened to them. And over time, they just slowly got better at their art. And a lot of them, they weren't really well known until they were gone. So doing master copies is an excellent way to get better at painting. Now, this isn't an exhaustive list. This is just 5 ways that I've learned how to get better at art. But if there's anything that you can think of to add to this list, comment down below and share them with us. Maybe share some ways that you've already found a lot of success by applying some different methods of practice. Because it's all about practice. It's all about taking time, one step at a time, 1 year at a time, to see the growth. And it really will happen if we're practicing consistently. If you want to see the other things that I've been working on with the master copies or critiques with my dad, click on this video below. If you want to see more videos on how to get better at painting in different ways, come along this journey with me on how to become a better artist this year, becoming a better painter. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you in the next video.